Hello everyone and welcome to library haul. I have 7 books to show you that I have recently checked out from the library. I still have a lot of library books that are priorities over these ones because they only have either one renew left or no renewals left. So I'm working on getting through those ones first. But these are some additional books that I've checked out from the library. So let's go ahead and get into this. This first one, there's just something about this cover. I don't know. It's just, I mean, granted, I did find this one in the horror section at my library. And this one is The Ravening. There's just something about this cover that it's like, ooh, what's going on here? This is written by Daniel Church. And the library sticker is covering part of the synopsis. So it says, Jenna lost her mother, something in a dark woodland. Defensive and, so it sounds like Jenna has been defensive and self-reliant ever since something has happened with losing her mother. Okay, so now I can read the rest of the synopsis. It says, until she meets Holly. But just as life is beginning to offer some promise, Jenna is ripped away, kidnapped by a bizarre cult in thrall to an ancient evil. There is a land of shadows behind the veil of our world. Something stalking there wants Jenna and won't rest till it has her. It says, The Ravening is a compelling story of relentless horrors and the hope that there is love in the world. This is stiff. This book is like no flop. It is very stiff. So I'm sure the more people that read it, the more it'll loosen up. So it doesn't look like it's, well, that may have been read at some point. I don't know, because there's a little crinkling on the spine, but it almost looks like it's completely brand new, but it doesn't have a new sticker on it. Now this next one was in the fantasy section. It's a big boy. And it is the first in a series. And this one gives me the vibes that I have basically high hopes for it. I am pretty sure I will like this one. It sounds like it's an epic fantasy, which I find I do really enjoy epic fantasies. I just can't read nothing but that because then I get confused and I just need a break from all the world building and stuff at times. But this gives me vibes that even if I'm 25% of the way through this book and I'm loving it, I will be buying my own copy and then continuing to buy this series and own it. So that's the vibes it gives me, is that it gives me that I will love this book. And this one is The Sword Defiant, written by Gareth Hanrahan. This is before the extras. Let's see about the author. Afterward. Story continues in book 2, so 550. So it's over 500, not as bad as I thought it was, not as big as I thought it was. But this just gives me, like the cover and things about this, it just makes me think I'm going to love this series and want my own copy. But I'm going to try it from the library first, just to verify. And then buy my own copy, more than likely is what's going to happen. Many years ago, Sir Alfric and his 9 companions saved the world, seizing the Dark Lord's cursed weapons, along with his dread city of Necrad. That was the easy part. Now, when Alfric, keeper of the cursed sword Spellbreaker, learns of a new and terrifying threat, he seeks the 9 heroes once again. But they are wandering adventurers no longer. Yesterday's eager heroes are today's weary leaders, and some have turned to the darkness, becoming monsters themselves. If there's one thing Alfric knows, it's slaying monsters, even if they used to be his friends. Next up was from the mystery section, and it says, who better to solve a murder than a dead detective? So I don't know if this is zombies or ghosts, but it's got a little bit of something there. And this one is The Dying Squad by Adam Simcox. And the library sticker is covering up the first sentence. So something about a detective storms a Lincolnshire farmhouse. He expects to bring down a notorious drug gang. Instead, he discovers his own dead body in a spirit guide called Daisy May. She's there to enlist him to the Dying Squad, a spectral police force made up of the recently deceased. Forced to solve his own murder, Joe faces dangers from both the living and the dead in the quest to find his killer before they kill again. So I think that's an interesting take where it's a spirit. So it's not zombies. So it was giving like I don't know, something about that was giving me zombies, but it's more paranormal. He's a ghost trying to solve his own murder. And that's an interesting one. I've never read a mystery where, I mean, there might be like paranormal mysteries where the ghost gives clues or asks for help, but I've never read from where there's a ghost trying to solve his own murder. That will be interesting. Next up, this one was basically at the front of the library where all the new books are, and I thought the title sounded pretty intriguing. It is The Day After the Party by Nicole Trope. Caitlin smiles around at her husband and I guess her friends who are gathered to celebrate her 36th birthday in their beautiful home decorated with fairy lights. But the next day, Caitlin wakes up shaken and terrified in a hospital bed. She doesn't remember the sweet taste of birthday cake icing, or how angry her best friend was at midnight, or the terrible things her husband said. She doesn't remember the party at all. When she asks her husband what happened the night of the party, he says nothing. But her blood runs cold at the way his voice lilts slightly, the way it always does when he is lying. Only one thing is certain. Nobody can be trusted, and if Caitlin's memories of the party do come back, it will tear them all apart. And somewhere near that one, also in the new section, I like this cover. I like the ocean. I do have thalassophobia. I will not go near it. I will not go into the ocean unless I can see the bottom. If I can't see the bottom, forget it. But I respect the ocean. I think it is beautiful. I think it holds beautiful and interesting creatures and scary, creepy creatures as well. And I love pictures of the ocean, and I love the sound of the ocean and the salty smell of the ocean too. So I like this cover because it's purely water, and it's obviously the ocean because the title is After the Ocean. This is written by Lauren E. Rico. It says, 30 years ago, musicians Emilia Oliveras and Paul Winstead were married in Puerto Rico. 48 hours later, Paul vanished from their honeymoon cruise, leaving Emilia devastated, and the prime suspect in his disappearance. So, when she ran for her life, leaving behind her love, her dreams, and her identity. Today, Emily Oliver is a divorced music teacher and a mother of 2 daughters who know nothing about her past. Gracie, a talented attorney who excels in the courtroom but grapples with personal relationships, and Meg, a gifted concert pianist who wrestles with her ambition and purpose. When a cryptic caller claims the unthinkable, that Paul is alive, Emily returns to Puerto Rico in search of the truth. What she doesn't know is that her daughters aren't far behind. Shocked to find their mother isn't the woman they thought she was, Gracie and Meg wonder how much of their lives have been a lie. As the paths of the 3 women intertwine, they are compelled to confront their pasts, reevaluate their relationships, and seek forgiveness. Together, they embark on a quest to unravel the mystery of Paul's disappearance and redefine their futures on their own terms, navigating a maze of family, ties, secrets, and redemption. Are you saying hello? Yeah. Hey, don't knock it down. Okay, next up from the romance section, it says this is a sweet rom-com, so I'm not expecting any spice in this. This one is Are We There Yet? It is first in a series, I did verify that. And this is written by Savannah Scott. There is a prompt of one of my year-long readathons where it's a picture on the cover, and I'm thinking this would count, like it's a snapshot. So that's what I'm thinking. I would count that as a picture. All right, a vintage VW van, 4 friends, a cross-country road trip. It will be the best adventure of my life, if only I can shake the feelings I have for Cameron. Cameron Reeves is as gorgeous as his name makes him sound. He's about 6 feet tall, which is the height I always wrote in my ideal man list in my journal. Yes, I have a list of qualities I want in a man, and Cameron ticks all those boxes except 2. He is my best friend's older brother, and 2, he barely knows I exist. That is, unless you count the fact that I'm a fixture in his life. Cameron probably gives me as much thought as he gives his sofa. It's there, it's always been there, comfortable, reliable, old sofa. I'll get over Cameron eventually. Don't we all get over the hum and rush of our first crush? If anything, 6 or 7 days cooped up in a van together on a trip across the country should kill any infatuation I have, and kill it good. They say absence makes the heart grow fonder, so maybe forced proximity works the opposite way. A girl can hope. This next and last one in this video was in the mystery section. I believe this one's a cozy mystery. It does say first in a new series. It definitely hits all the cozy mystery boxes as far as the vibes that it's giving with the cover, the first in a new series line. This one says it's a mitten state mystery. This is definitely one, again, if I am hooked and thoroughly enjoying it by, the first 25% of the book, I'm probably going to be buying each book in the series in this one. So, yeah. This one is Meet Isabel Puddles. This one is doing cross-stitch on the cover. So, a little bit of embroidery on there with the outline of a dead man, but that is cross-stitch. So that's the other thing that gets me really intrigued, because I love to cross stitch and I love the feel of the pattern after I've cross stitched it. Very calming and soothing on that. Love the feel of that. Okay. To the tourists and summer residents, Kentwater County is a picturesque community of small town charm, faithful farmland, and gorgeous freshwater beaches. To middle-aged widow Isabel Puddles, it's where she enjoys breakfast every morning at a local cafe with her childhood best friend and spends her evenings cozying up with a good book and her devoted Jack Terrier Jackpot. In between, Isabel makes ends meet through a variety of trades, preserving pickles, baking pies, working the counter at her cousin's hardware shop, and occasionally helping fix up the hair of corpses at the local funeral parlor. When Isabel discovers a 2-inch nail embedded in the skull of Earl Jonasson, it seems the octogenarian may not have died of a stroke. His son is quickly arrested when his alibi doesn't check out, but Isabel has known Earl Jr. since they were kids and can't believe he'd murder his own father, regardless of his financial difficulties. As gossip about Earl Sr.'s land and insurance policy money starts to spread around the county, Isabel finds herself conducting her own investigation to clear her friend's name. But real detective work isn't like what she sees on TV, and she's meeting dangerous suspects who don't like Isabel poking around in their business. So that is it. Those are all of the books that I have checked out recently from the library. Let me know if you've read any of these books or books from any of these authors. Definitely let me know. Out of these 7 books, is there one that you think I should prioritize over the others? Definitely let me know. I'd be interested to hear what you think on that and your thoughts. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.